What's going on, everybody? Dex back again with another gearing up for Beyond Light for new lights. We are going to be talking a little bit today about XP, okay? Stacking XP, how to maximize your return on a lot of your bounties. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit. So we are in the tower again. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit all of the vendors and we're going to snag a lot of the juicy bounties that are going to give us the most XP every week, okay? And we're gonna do a couple tricks to this in order to get us way more XP. So I already went down here to our gunsmith, and I talked about this very importantly. Whenever you load into Destiny, grab your bounties. So in this case, we grabbed the daily bounties here because we're gonna get these done today. We also have some weekly bounties that we can get done. I'll probably snag this one. And we might actually ignore this one for now. Normally I would take this, but I don't intend on doing a ton of strikes right now. So we're going to ignore that. But we grabbed all the easy bounties from the gunsmith. Stuff that we can get done fairly quickly. We can go see ZAVALA. Some of his bounties, I think the repeatables are you can do anywhere. Yeah. All right. So these are big boy XP bounties, but we're going to ignore these for now because it requires 3 strikes each. If it was the weekly reset, I'd say 100% grab these, get them done. Don't hand them in, just get them done. Defeat enemies with strikes, art kills and strikes. We can get these done fairly quickly. But again, I said I'm not going to be doing strikes today. But I'm going to show you a way you can get a bunch of XP without doing this, okay? Without doing these. Also, don't buy these right now. They don't give as much XP. They're about half the XP as normal. We're going to fast travel here, ignoring PvP, because again, I said I'm not going to do PvP today or strikes. You can to get the bounties done, but I'm going to show you a way you can stack it passively over a couple days. So we come on in here. We don't have those unlocked, so we're not allowed to do that, because we're terrible people. All right. So the normal process when you want to do this is you can do this the day before, or you can do this about a half hour before reset, the daily reset. And what you do is I'm only going to go to a couple planets here just so you get the idea, because I don't want to bore you with an entire episode of me traveling to every planet to grab bounties. I could show you the main planets I usually hit because I skip a couple of them because their bounties aren't really worth it. But there'd be a lot of flying in. So. But the idea is you want to hit every single planet and grab their daily bounties every day just before reset, or a little bit early in the morning if you can. If not, late at night is great too. When you're about to get off for the night, go snag all the bounties. And the reason for that is you can actually stack multiple of each of daily bounties. It's not the same one, but you'll get different daily bounties every day. So you can stack a bunch of them and then go to every planet and get them done in the same time frame, then hand them in. So for an example here, I always start left to right on the director. We're going to see Mr. Vance. Ignore the prophecy. And we're going to grab some of these if there's any good ones. So grenade kill on a warlock would be good if I had a certain exotic. I don't. I could grab this one though if we're just going to run around getting some grenade kills. But also orbs. This is an easy one with a masterwork weapon. So we're going to snag that. Now, when you come back tomorrow, okay, to grab his bounties again, they'll be different. So then you snake a couple other ones. That's when you go and do the bounties the next day, not this day. Don't do them today. That's just a waste of your time. We're going to do them the next day. So next, let's go to EDZ. We're going to skip a couple planets. We're going to go to EDZ because theirs are pretty simple. So if you remember when I talked about in the first few episodes of the series, if you haven't watched those, go back, watch them again. We talk about how XP affects essentially your progression in Destiny. A lot is locked behind your XP. So the more XP you gain constantly, the more leveling you're going to be able to do. So your season pass and your artifact, which gives you the additional power right in here, these are all affected by how much XP you have. So XP is king when it comes to Destiny currently in this sandbox. Self-damage and light them up. Risk Runner is super fun exotic, by the way. We talked about that in the last episode. So up here to our good friend Devrim.
Looking for something.
All right, Devrim's bounties. Look at that. Art kills,
I hope it serves you well.
public events, and grenade kills. So again, certain Warlock exotic, you'd be able to get this done fairly quickly. There is a chance we could use this if we had like a good build, but right now we don't. So we're just going to snag that one. If this was on my main account, I probably would have taken that one too. Actually, here, let's get it. We might be able to get a few grenade kills here, actually. Maybe not 20, but EDZ has a fantastic area that you can go and get a ton of stuff done. And that's right up front here. There's an event that happens here where both enemies, so the Cabal and the Fallen, all start attacking each other at the same time. So what we can do is get in the middle of this. We can actually get a lot of our art kills done in here fairly quickly. So, and we're also generating orbs, which on Mercury, that would help us. So we're going to wait. We're going to look for a group of ads. Oh, just right here. Give us our self-damage, and then we can light these guys up. Watch out for the Cabal balls. You don't get squished in them. So right now, all I'm doing is just working towards getting that bounty done. There it is. So you can see that's already one bounty done. We're going to pick up this material while we're here. And we're going to go take a look. Okay. So we got a kill. So you can see that, you know, they might not work with not having the right weapon on and all that stuff. So this bounty right here is going to give us a bunch of XP, but there's a way to make more of it. So if we were to stack a couple pages of these bounties, so remember, you have 63 total slots you can store bounties on. You can fill over the course of 2-3 days an entire inventory full of these bounties and give you a bunch of XP towards your season pass, unlocking all these tiers, getting more progression done here, or for your artifact to get your artificial power level up so you can get more gains from that. You can do that doing this method, getting all these bounties done. How are we going to get more out of it? There's two options for your ghost. So right here we can see we have a gain of 10% more XP while on the EDZ. There is a ghost, exotic ghosts, that have a perk called Guiding Light. Guiding Light, I'm not sure if the ghost in the Eververse store has it. Treasure Hunter. Archive might have one. I don't think this one does though here. There it is. Okay. So this one right here, Guiding Light, gives you all XP gains are 10% bigger. So that's an actual amazing perk to have on at all times on your ghost. Now, I don't have this ghost. I don't have an exotic ghost with us, but if you do, make sure you have this on before you hand in any bounties, because you're going to get a 10% gain in your items. Another thing you can do, and I'm not going to tell him I'm doing this. What's he doing right now? He's in orbit. Just see what happens here. We're going to join somebody. So there's two buffs you're going to get on your screen. So this buff here is called Well Rested. All right. So if you take a look at what this perk says, it says XP gains increased by ×2 for the first 5 ranks of this week. Weekly bounties gather the most progress, followed by other bounties and quests. Now, what that means is we are stacking ×2. So this bounty we have sitting here is going to give us double the XP. In addition, we're going to get 10% more XP from our ghost if we had the exotic ghost shell or if I was on EDZ. On top of that, if you join a friend, which I just did, and they are more further along and they have the full pass, they get what's called small fire team XP boosts. So not free-to-play players, but players with the full season pass, they get access to more XP if you have a fire team member with you. And it's randomly assigned. It doesn't stack depending if you have 2, 3, 6. It doesn't matter. If you have one other person, it's going to take one person's XP, not all of them, but it's going to randomly pick them in a larger group. So find somebody that you know that has the furthest progression on the pass. My main account's like 100 and something. My friend Muted's 200. Once you hit 100, you max out. You're getting, I think it's 24% increase on your XP. That's when you want to hand your bounties in. Join somebody, have them load in, and what you're looking for on your screen is there's going to be another arrow like this, a green one down here that says shared wisdom, and it's bonus XP for being in that person's fire team. So I don't know where he's taking us. Oh, Vanguard Strike. Yeah, let's do that. We're just gonna back out and not tell him. So we're gonna, when we land, I'll show you what I mean. I didn't set this up. I didn't tell him anything, by the way. He's asking what I'm doing. I'm just gonna say XP. All right, so we've loaded into the activity. Oh, I don't get it because I'm not a pass holder. Okay. Anyway, if I was a pass holder, I would get the access to the bonus XP. So for right now, I don't have that buff. I'm still getting the double XP from my items. We're just going to hand this bounty in anyway. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go like this. We're going to take a look here. Where's our XP? So we're sitting at 90, or next unlock, we'll go with that one, is 46,840. So 46,840 XP. All right. So now we're going to hand in this bounty with the buff we got right there. There we go. Nice XP. Didn't have to do much. Not a lot of hard work right there. So keep that in mind. We're going to back out of the fire team. There we go. And bonus XP. So I wasn't sure how that was going to work with the season pass, if I was still going to get the bonus XP from this. But I guess it is locked. You have to have the season in order to get this value, even if you're not a user. So that's interesting. That's good to know, though. So if you do have the season, you're going to be able to get more increases on that as well. So keep that in mind. That's a good experiment. But we still got the bonus XP from the well-rested, so we got a ×2 on that bounty anyway. In addition to that, if we would have been on EDZ, or if I had the Guiding Light Ghost, we would have got an additional 10%. So that's what you want to do. If you just want to make a little bit of gains passively, what I like to do personally is I will go and do that on my alts. So I'll log in the morning, you know, right after we make breakfast or something. I'll log in quick. I'll hit all of these planets on the director. I'll go to the tower. I'll see the gunsmith, snag his bounties. If there's anything really simple, maybe I could get from the Vanguard, I'll snag those bounties as well. And then I start going Mercury, Io, Mars, Titan, EDZ, Moon, which is not unlocked in this character yet. And then Nessus. I do not, now listen to this, I do not go to Tangled Shore or Dreaming City. The bounties from Spider are not worth the XP. They're actually quite low for their value. And Dreaming City bounties are really not worth it. They're pretty terrible. So just ignore those bounties. You can stack them if you want, but they're not going to give you as many gains as just going to these planets. Right before reset, snag them all, go back after reset, do them as you go through the planets. So go to Mercury, do the 2 days worth of bounties in one sitting, then go to Io, to be honest, it'll take you not even an hour, under an hour, to get a ton of XP. You grab the weapons you need from the gunsmith, and you just start checking off the list as you go through each planet. Now, the next day, do it again. And now you start seeing how much you can build up. Normally, you'll get a few million XP on a character if you stack them correctly. So keep that in mind. This works normally between transfers of seasons. Because we're losing a lot of planets for Beyond Light, I'm not sure how to recommend stacking bounties for that season. Until we see what's going to happen with the changes in Destiny coming for November, we're going to have to see what we're going to stack. We might be able to stack EDZ bounties, tower bounties, moon bounties, and I think Nessus bounties, because Nessus isn't going anywhere. But we'll have to see what happens with that, because we know we're losing these 4 planets with the ships on them. We know we're losing those planets. So whether or not we'll be able to stack as much is not known. An additional thing here that'll really help is if you stack some bounties ahead of time. So if you're still doing a little bit of your power grind and you want to stack some bounties to get a bit more progression every week without really having to work like really hard for it, you can stack 8 of the daily bounties in order to complete the weekly challenges from the vendors. So if you have 8 completed bounties in your inventory at reset, the weekly reset, they don't go away. They stay there. Once they're completed, they don't expire. They'll stay there forever, basically, as long as you don't click it. But if you don't complete them, they will go away. So make sure you complete them before the timer. Then it doesn't matter what happens. You can leave them on there for months at a time. Nothing will happen to them. Then you come in, hand in 8 of the bounties with a friend if you have the season pass. Get the XP boost. Boom. Now you've unlocked this as well. You're getting a tier 2 or a tier 1 powerful reward. Same thing for gunsmith. Same thing over here. Clan rewards is a little bit different. This one gives you a little bit more power to it, but basically just keep doing bounties and getting XP and doing activities, and it'll rank up and you'll get the reward eventually. And then Drifter. Drifter also gives you one of those bounties. So you can claim them even for Zavala. Zavala has it. Currently I have a quest waiting for me, but Zavala also has a weekly. So if you stack those bounties, you can just hand them in and get a bunch of XP and then also a reward. So something to keep in mind. Way to kind of stack your bounties and XP. Remember, key points. Well-rested buff at the start of the week. That gives you that ×2. Each character gets a ×2. Remember that. Each character. I only have one character on this account, but each character gives you additional XP boosts. Your ghost. Find one of those exotic guiding light ghosts. I don't necessarily recommend buying one. You can always pull it from your collections and see if you get the random roll to it. Most exotic ones do have a static roll on that slot. And Bungie's been pretty good about just giving guiding light on kind of every single ghost right now. So you'll probably have one if you've played long enough. And then in addition to that, if you have the season pass, group up with a friend, hand in your bounties, be in activity, or make sure you have that little triangle right beside your screen telling you you're getting a shared wisdom buff. Normally I load into Leviathan, we spam a bunch of bounties, and then we go our separate ways. So group up with a friend, get that done, and hopefully you guys will see some major XP gains on your pass and your artifacts. So thank you guys very much for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. If you guys have enjoyed it, smash the living shit out of the like button and subscribe to the channel for future content. You can also come watch live on twitch.tv/reckonerdex when we are live there. But thank you very much, and we'll see you guys in the next one.